Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Let's continue with this conversation. For instance, now, in terms of your strategy, many will ask you, look, is it just about emphasizing on people collecting their permanent voter cards, as important as it is, all by itself? But if you look at the voting, the map, the registered voters, say, for instance, if we could hypothesize a bit, if in the Northwest they've got about 11, 12 million registered voters, and then you have maybe one part of the South, they have 5 or 6 million registered voters. So no matter the amount of PVCs collected, you know who's going to have the day at the end of the day. So are you adopting the same strategy having these views in mind?
Yes, we are.
In terms of, are you reaching out to the northern part of the country?
We are across the country. We're very realistic people. Look, a lot of people who are managing NIM are professionals. They're people who deal with reality day to day. The chairman, Olisa Gbakoba, is a lawyer. The co-chairman is a medical doctor. I am a teacher. So we're people who deal with day-to-day life. We understand. The way we operate is that we look at reality. We look at the map of Nigeria, and we look at the population, the diversity, the need of every area, and we try to meet the need. You see, I know this might sound maybe, well, you're wearing a suit as well. This idea of being very calm and looking, wearing a suit and sounding academic. I know in some people's mind, you think theory is far from reality, but we're very reality-based. We're very clear about what we're doing. We know that it's a diverse country. We know the problem in some parts of the country are different from the other. And that is why we embrace true federalism. And that is why our approach, our language is different in all parts of the country. But we know that we share one common value, which is to be able to live in a country where you'll be safe, where you can project, and where you can prosper in dignity. Absolutely. Without having to beg or explain.
It looks as, to a lot of people, it looks as if you're pushing against a wall. Because the system or the political environment is somewhat resistant to this conversation. There are those who will stand up and tell you cannot come and tell me, having put down this amount of money. For instance, the political parties have a certain amount of money that they're supposed to pay for the forms that they're getting. And you said here again, NIM is not yet a party, it's just a platform. So this man spends as much as 10 million naira to get a form, and he spends a lot of money. From the ward levels, they go from ward to state to federal levels of party structure and all of that, and they are sorting. Permit me to use the word sorting. And you'd think this ideology, which you're coming with, would sound very utopian, would make a difference.
It will make a difference. They're going to resist.
You think it will be accepted?
It will be accepted. We're going to fight them out. We're going to beat them with competence and sincerity of purpose. Because I go back to that thing. Look, if we thought this way, there will still be slave trade, there will still be apartheid, there will still be colonialism, there will still be imperialism. Compared to what was at stake for slave trade, for imperialism, for colonialism, for apartheid, this is a game of rugby, these people you're talking about. Compared to what was at stake then, Nigeria has not really fought a real citizenship battle. Our independence, let's face it, the independence of Nigeria was not a big battle. It was almost granted to us. We have not really stood up as a people to fight for something ever. This is the chance. Those people that you're talking about, of course they're going to resist. Who wants to lose his or her toy? Who wants to lose making money easily? Who wants to lose, being homage easily? Of course they're going to fight. But we are going to fight them back. We're going to fight them back with people power and with competence. Because let me tell you something very quickly. Up till now, those who have ruled and wrecked Nigeria, they've not been competent. Even in their corruption, they don't even know how to steal. And after stealing, they don't even know how to spend the money in a gracious way. They're not competent people. They're just rugged.
Wait, are we not supposed to be worried? If NIM knows how to steal very well, I mean, not NIM myself. If they are very smart people, is it not going to be trouble?
I have added the smartness with sincerity and purpose. We're going to be we're going to win. Of course you are. We're going to do this battle and win this battle with competence and sincerity of purpose. And I'll tell you what, with something very simple, which is almost alien, two things, which is almost alien to us in Nigeria: thought and transparency. We are used, and I've noticed that, these days, walking around the country, meeting people, by default, we have this idea of being almost cultic, secretive in everything we do. We're trying to say to them, hang on a second, there's no big secret. They keep saying people might be watching us when we have our meetings. I said, let them come. There's nothing we're saying or doing that is seditious or secretive.
Okay. So if you're not secretive, how much have you raised to this time, since you said you have an account that's being funded by the people?
Crowdsourcing.
Crowdsourcing.
Yes.
I think we have a lot of money.
How much have you raised?
We have raised, we have about 2 million people donating. That's a lot of money. If it's only...
how much have they donated?
I don't deal with the account, but I can tell you it's a lot, because I've asked for some things to be done, and it's been done very easily.
So that means if you have that level of amount of money you claim that you have, becoming a political party shouldn't be a problem.
It's not at all.
So why have you not moved to become a political party now that you know that you have someone like Mugalu, who has already declared and is running in 2019?
Why haven't we? Because we let our actions be determined by variables like time and events. Because we're not doing anything for doing sake.